there, I'm Veronica. Happy to be with you today. Today's video is a success story. It is part 3 in my manifestation series. I will post the links to the other videos below. They actually don't get that many views, so I would suggest watching them. They are inspirational, they're success stories, they are stories of other people achieving things against all odds, so I think that they will give you a lot of inspiration, a lot of hope, and a lot of examples that you can achieve your goals as well. I do want to mention, if you have a success story and you'd like me to share it on a video and inspire others, I would be more than happy to do this. But I will not share your story unless you give me permission to do so. So don't worry if you email me with your success story, I'm not just going to share it. Sharing your success story does allow others to become inspired, and it does help others. So do keep that in mind. I do receive a lot of success stories a lot of the time that I can't share, and it's sort of frustrating knowing that it could really help a lot of people. But again, I won't share unless you tell me it's okay. So today's story is about a girl who was heartbroken over this guy, and he started dating someone else, and this made things even worse. And she sort of hit her lowest point at the end of August. If you're going through a similar situation, you can imagine how she felt. And I do want to say that this story does have a happy ending, so it will inspire you. So in any case, she got her heart broken. She was having a really low point, not doing well at all. So she hit a point where she got sick and tired of feeling terrible, and she decided to start reading sort of self-love techniques, self-love books, different ideas like this, as if her life depended on it. And she noticed during the month of September she started feeling better, and sort of her inner self-talk started becoming more about her and sort of less about him. She sort of started developing the attitude of that the universe knows what she wants and that the universe will just end up providing. So what ended up happening during this month is suddenly things started to look up in small different ways. He started showing signs of wanting to talk to her, of missing her. And again, these things happened after she started developing a really strong sense of self-love and self-appreciation, and sort of putting herself first and sort of making herself the star of her own life instead of focusing all the attention on this guy. So when these signs started happening, these sort of signals of she had this feeling that he was missing her, she sort of played it cool and decided to let him text her. And towards the end of September, she actually suffered a setback. But instead of sort of succumbing to the setback, she sort of decided that she was going to react differently towards it. Sort of like for the first time, she was going to decide that she wanted a different result and to stick to that different result, and she wasn't going to get into that self-defeated mindset. She was just going to keep going forward in the self-love and feeling better. And so what she ended up doing was deleting his texts and deleting his number. And what happened with this is it sort of gave her this freeing feeling. She sort of felt free from the baggage of sort of putting him first. She decided to put herself first. Decided that her love for him was strong, but sort of her love for herself was even stronger. And that's sort of why she took this attitude and took this approach. She's decided that no matter what he did, it wasn't going to control her happiness or rob her of her own happiness. And the next week, he did end up texting her. And he actually told her that the person he was seeing, he was going to break up with. And he sort of expressed all of his feelings to her and told her about how sort of talking with her now sort of felt different. He felt like she understood him more than she ever has before. And the following week, he did in fact break up with this person who he was seeing, and he texted her and they started talking. And he sort of said that he needed some time to take for himself. And she said that she was happy for him because he was sort of doing something that would bring him happiness, and she was supportive of this. And then just last weekend, he came over and wanted to talk. And he said that through some soul searching, he figured out that he does in fact love her, and he does in fact want to be with her. And he sort of had never stopped loving her, even through all of that. He feels a connection with her that he hasn't felt with anyone else. He says how sweet and loving he was while saying all of this. And he also said through seeing other people, he was sort of looking for something that he realized he already had with her. And she said that it was absolutely amazing, and he actually said everything that she had been visualizing him to say. And he said that it feels different and better than it ever has before with her. And he was sweet and romantic. in a way that he hadn't been in a really long time. And she said she's so happy about all of this that she can hardly even put it all into words. I mean, imagine if this happened in your situation. I mean, put yourself in her shoes. Everything that she had been visualizing, everything that she had been hoping for and wanting for came true. And this does happen. And it happened because she embraced self-love. She decided to put herself first. She didn't put him first. She didn't allow whatever he did to control her happiness or rob her of her happiness. She decided to take actions for herself, to feel free, to feel strong, and to empower herself. And that is why it turned around. No other reason. She said she's so glad that she took the time to work on herself. She said that the people we desire, they gravitate towards that. It's an attractive quality. I say this over and over again. She said she finally realized that. And she said she was feeling happy actually before she even got him, that she was already feeling happy and at peace. That the happiness and the peace didn't come from the actions that he took, that she was already feeling it before that happened. She wasn't even thinking about the timing or the hows or the whens. She was just feeling that inner sense of peace. And she wasn't even thinking about what he was doing because it didn't even matter. She was just focusing on herself. And she wanted to thank me for my videos and for my advice, and to please share this with my viewers, which I'm doing right now. And I hope that this video could be an inspiration, because it is a perfect example of embracing self-love, embracing your own self-worth, putting yourself first, deciding on your happiness. Your happiness means more than anything. And also, the important part to remember is she did have a setback. Even after embracing these things, she did have a setback, but she decided to respond differently to it. It was the first time that she didn't succumb to the setback. She didn't succumb to the self-defeated feeling. She decided to stick with the good feeling no matter what was happening in her current world. And that is why it shifted, and that is why it changed. And it can happen for you too. It's so simple. It's such a simple process. And I hope that this video could be an inspiration. This is Manifestations Part 3, Success Stories. I'd be happy to share your success story if you have one. But again, I'm not going to share it without your permission. So if you want me to share it, I'd be happy to. But it does. It helps other people see that it can happen and how you did it. Because it's so simple and it's so easy. And again, I've seen these things happen in my own life. And I coach a lot of people and I see it happening in the lives of others. And so it's so wonderful when I can share this with other people. So thank you to the girl that allowed me to share this. She's someone who I've been corresponding with and coaching on and off for a little bit of time. So she decided that it was just her time to finally get it right. But she's someone who had a lot of lows. So don't think that she was perfect the whole way through, because she worked through it and she figured it out and she found it for herself and she reaped the rewards. And that's all you have to do. So I hope this video could inspire you. I am Veronica Isles. Feel free to email me at veronicaisles@gmail.com. My website is veronicaisles.com. I'd be happy to coach you one-on-one. And I do phone calls, text chats, emails, anything you need. I do have a wonderful forum, veronicaloa.boardhost.com, where you can get free advice and find other people to support you through your journey. I do have 5 ebooks available on Amazon as well. Hoping to have some MP3s released very soon, books on audio, so you can listen to them when you're in the car, when you're working out, stuff like that. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to releasing new videos soon.